Hello friends, well we're back again. Today we're going to look at the functions of the new SEC because I think they're regulating the alternative coins, which are securities, and that's their job, to regulate securities. So I think that's what they're doing. So we're going to ask if we can get more information about the SEC. We already did a read on the SEC that was not real popular with my watchers, but we did a read on the SEC, so we know who they are, we know kind of what their mission is. They are honest, they have integrity. Are they looking at the altcoins now, and are they treating them as securities, and therefore, stepping in and speaking and regulating? It seems like there are some wallets and some other actions, Samurai Wallet for one, but other actions that it indicates that the SEC is actually doing their job rather aggressively. Practice chakra healing. Practice chakra healing. Well, if you don't have healed chakras, you may do things you really shouldn't be doing, I guess. So let's see. What do our shamanic healing oracle cards have to say about the SEC and their job regulating the securities that are called altcoins? Okie dokie. Alright. Ascension. Ascension. Are they bringing them up to a better standard? They're bringing them up for sure. 24. 24. Okay. 24. Some of those following a spiritual path have ascension as the ultimate goal. However, ascension, portrayed in art and literature as a great leap into instant nirvana, is actually a giant work of, well, art and fiction. Rather, ascension is a process of conscious living. We are all spiritual beings. We are all souls in a human body who are living life on the earth in order to learn and to grow at the soul's level. That is being spiritual. Whether you are conscious of it or not, you are walking towards ascension. Each experience, relationship, obstacle, joy, and creation will bring you one step closer on the ladder to where we all end, with a greater awareness of ourselves than we started out with. This situation, at its best, is a rung on the ladder of your soul's path towards ascension. The situation you are inquiring about is assisting you on this ladder. Work at the bigger picture and know you are bigger than any issues or problems you may have. Well, that's interesting when you're talking about altcoins. So I guess the SEC is bigger than the problems the altcoins might have, and that they need to rise to the occasion. Well, maybe they will and maybe they won't. That all depends on who owns them and who controls them. Who owns them and who controls them. Unlike Bitcoin, who is owned by no one and controlled by no one. So let's see about the SEC and the altcoins. Never forget how resilient you are. You always bounce back. So I guess maybe we're not going to lose them. Well, people like securities. They've been betting on the stock exchange for a long time. So people like securities. I guess so. Okay, I'm not going to tell them otherwise. Okie dokie. Let's see what our Moonology card says. So, Moonology, is the SEC regulating the altcoins the way they should be? I think the tarot portion is going to be really interesting. Hope so. Just a hunch on my part. Okay. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Well, I guess we have to be practical, as well as walking towards ascension. Full moon in Pisces. We had a new moon last night. Boy, I was like really having trouble sleeping. Full moon in Pisces. Full moon in Pisces. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Have you been so head in the clouds that you've lost touch with reality? If so, take this card as a sign that you need to pay attention and make concerted effort to move toward your goals. The more practical steps you can take, the better. It's time to find an inner balance between your responsibilities and your dreams. Meditate on your question, and the solutions to your issues may now come through very clearly. If you're in a tricky situation because you've been acting the martyr, this card will be a message from the cosmos to drop the act for everyone's sake. Meditate every day and see what comes to you. Answers will come. You're in a super romantic but not a super realistic state. Follow your intuition, it won't let you down. At worst, this card can herald the end of a dream. The person you're inquiring about is a soulmate. Avoid substance abuse. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, so the full moon in Pisces symbolically marks endings. When the moon is in full in Pisces, or whenever you pull this card, it's time to dive deep into your emotions. Practicality is at odds with the numinous Piscean energies that have no borders, so feel your way now. Psychic ability is heightened when the full moon is in Pisces, and soulmates now connect. It's also a time to send out your dreams to the universe, releasing your fears. Well, that's interesting. I wonder if that means that's an end to the securities we know as altcoins. I don't know. Well, I guess it's the end of their existence as we know it. You know, like people just creating things and doing the pump and dump scheme. But hey, that's what they do with securities. They do all kinds of stuff, and people just say, yeah, okay, here's my money. Take my money. So, what is that? I don't know. That's not ascension. They gotta smarten up. Okie dokie. Let's see. Let's see what's coming through. Okay. So the SEC, are you regulating the securities known as altcoins? How are you showing up? Okay, well, the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. So we're walking away from something. Walking away from something. So maybe in the illumination of what we're talking about, maybe people are walking away saying, no, this seems like it's too risky, it's a scam, there's nothing backing it, maybe I should walk away. Although in terms of the SEC, maybe they're walking away from the scamola and they're saying we have to have something more organized rather than this mess that we have now. There's all these different altcoins, and what do they mean? So at least securities in the old sense were pieces of companies, and there was something that was at least associated with them in the material, but these altcoins don't really have anything. They're just kind of floating. It's almost like the Seven of Cups, only we're looking at the Eight of Cups. So it's like, you know, what's in these cups? Nothing. Anyway, walking away. Okay, so what's crossing the SEC in terms of their regulation of alternative coins? Happiness, the Ten of Cups. So people are still using the alternative coins because they want to reach their happiness. They want to trade and they want to win on the pump and dumps, and they've got strategies, and it's like a little cash machine. They know what to do. They're getting their information. They're picking up this and that when they need to and dumping it when they need to and rolling in the cash and all that. So that's what's crossing the SEC because people like doing that. Okay, where are we going? Where are we coming from? Four of Swords. Four of Swords. So here's the celebration or the happiness card. So the Four of Swords is secrets and things unseen, things not appearing in the public. Yeah, we knew that. We knew that. So that's where they're coming from. What's the SEC's goals in terms of what are they trying to accomplish here? Page of Swords. So truth, honesty, the detective. They're trying to figure things out. They're trying to make it more fair, like the regular stock and bond securities are. They say heavily regulated. They're trying to come in and make some rules in terms of the altcoins so that more people can do this and less people have heartache and sadness. Less people are walking away and more people are achieving their goals. Because it seems like we're trying to get here, but a lot of people aren't getting there. That's the dream, but it isn't happening. So they want more truth, and they want to find out, why is this not happening? Why aren't people just happily making more money and doing that? Because that's not what it's about. Anyway, where are we going to? The Four of Pentacles. So holding on to our assets. We're holding on better. We're more secure. It's not just gonna be gone with the wind. It's more grounded, and it's more protected, and it's actively being held. Place of security. So we're going from secrets to a place of security, which, hey, can't beat that with a stick. Speaking of, I haven't seen any wands yet. Anyway, what are the tools? Knight of Wands. Well, there he is. The Knight of Wands. And here he's coming in fast. Coming in fast. He's flashy. Got a mission. Got things to do. People to see. He's the guy. Networking. Yeah, well, there's a lot of activity. There's a lot of speed. There's a lot of networking and relationships and that kind of thing. So there's that stuff going on. I don't know why that's crooked again, but it is. Okay, I guess I'll just have to do this again. Just seems like I changed the camera angle and now it's all weird. Better? No, not better. Well, I'm sorry to waste your time doing this. Anyway, there's our read. That's better. Okay. Okay, how does the SEC see itself in terms of the alternative coins and what they're doing with them? Seven of Cups. Yeah, Seven of Cups. There's all kinds of stuff, and the SEC just looks at it like, what is all this crap? That's the way they see it. There's just all this stuff kind of floating around. And all these cups, what's in them? Is it imaginary? Is it real? Is it what is this? It's all the different, altcoins. And what do they represent? What are they? Are they just jokes? Are they just empty? Or what are they? Who knows? SEC is trying to figure it out. What environment do they find themselves in? The moon. Whoa, lots of illusion. Lots of illusion. And this is like dysfunction and illusion. So yeah, they find themselves in an environment of illusion. What is all of this? Everybody says it is this thing, but what is it really? Wow, yeah, definitely. Illusions and yeah. And we saw that at the beginning here too. So yeah, a lot of cups, a lot of illusion, a lot of emotional stuff. Okay, hopes and fears. Okay, Six of Pentacles. So the hope is to be rich enough to be generous, and the fear is not to be rich enough to be generous. Not to have any money to be able to do anything. That's the fear. And the hope is I'm so generous I can pay off my family's mortgage, and I can pay off my friend's mortgage, and my brother and my sister's mortgage, and I can help everybody else, and we can do this. So, hopes and fears. Okay, what's the final outcome? Hanged Man. Introspection. We need to figure out where we are and what we're doing here. We need to figure out what we're doing. There's enlightenment. There's a sense of, okay, I see a way. I see a way out of this. Introspection. So, okay, I think what they're trying to do, Major Arcana here too, I think what they're trying to do is to make sense of an epidemic of senselessness. I think that's the best way I can say that. They're trying to make sense of these altcoins and put some regulation and mechanism so that people don't lose their shirt. But it's all based on illusion, and it's not really based on anything. So how can they do that? I guess they just show up, they have a conversation, they say you need to do this, this, and this. If they don't cooperate, then they, pull rank on them. If they do cooperate, then they make the adjustments, they make the changes, and go from there. I think they're working with the wallets, definitely with the with Samurai and the other wallets. Not the hard wallets so much, but the other stuff. But I think everybody has to toe the line. I think everybody has to answer to them and in some way show up and say, okay, here I am, this is this. So that's where we are with that. Let's see what we got here. We have the Fox and the Mountain and Illusions. So, obstacles, huge obstacles, and trickiness and obstacles and illusion. That's what they're dealing with. Trickiness and obstacles and illusion. So I don't even know if I have to look here, but I will. Let's see. So clever, clever work, sneaky, cunning, and blockage, delays, procrastination, and hardship, letting go, death, endings. So I don't know if they're going to be around. I think the SEC is moving in, but if there's nothing backing them and there's nothing, really of substance, then I don't know how they're going to be able to keep them alive. I mean, they're just an illusion. They're illusion, and I guess you can't just keep the illusion up with, people's emotional support. There's nothing there. there's nothing there. I don't think there's anything there in the spiritual. I don't think there's anything there in the physical. So I think people are going to have to get past themselves with their, and they're going to have to get in line with something else that's more substantive. I don't know. But boy, that's an accurate description of what the SEC is walking into. And if they are people with integrity, I can tell you they're going in and they're going like, oh my God, what did I sign up for? The White Rabbit. Talk, 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 talk. Talk, talk, White Rabbit. Afraid of everything, overwhelmed, frozen. The rabbit loves to remind his friends that someday the eagle will swoop down and eat him. He talks and talks and talks about it, so loudly in fact, that one day the eagle hears and thanks him for the great idea. Rabbit energy is alive when we are scared, most often about the future, and we become our own worst enemy. We spin up a dust cloud of fear and then complain to others that we are lost. Notice your thoughts and words, O rabbit. They shape your destiny. Sensitive, problem solver, and a good listener. I think that describes the SEC. I think they're coming in and they're trying to make sense of this stuff, and it's all nonsense. I mean, literally, it is nonsense. So, they're coming in and they're saying, we got to do something about this. This is wrong. And when they do, they say, this is wrong. We need to break this illusion. And so, I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to change the people involved in the altcoins and the trading. But I think it's the trading. I think it's the excitement of the trading. That, Knight of Wands is all about excitement, and it's exciting to trade. So I think that's the biggest obstacle, is getting past this excitement and, oh, I own all these coins, oh. But walking away from that, because what do you own? You own a lot of nothing. So there you go. I mean, if it was stock in a company, like this whole discussion about stock and MicroStrategy, it makes sense, but not when it's nothing. Not when it's dysfunction. Not when it's a bunch of empty cups. So there you have it. That's the SEC moving in to regulate the altcoins and what they're experiencing while doing it. Well, that was interesting. That was something that was sort of burning in my head, and I had to do a read on it to find out what was going on. What is going on? Alright, anyway, good read. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.